Recently, I was traveling across a couple countries. I went to Dubai, I went to India, and I had a stopover in Poland. And this story is when I was in Poland, I had a layover for a flight that was about 6 hours, right? And it was a pretty long flight. It was my first time in Poland, but I was checking out the airport. I was having some food, um, converting some money, just seeing what the current currency looks like, having some conversations, and after 4 or 5 hours after the layover finished, it was time to board the flight to go back to the States, specifically New Jersey. And as I was boarding the flight, we all were boarding the flight. Once we got in the flight, they announced that we were not going to take off for another couple hours because there was a lot of snow outside, there was ice on the ramp, and it wasn't safe for the plane to take off. Now, I got kind of annoyed because why would they board us on the plane if they're not taking off in the next 30 minutes? Why didn't they just keep us outside waiting at the gate where we have more flexibility, more room? We can eat something, we can stretch, and we just have more space to move about. Now we're cramped on this plane, sitting next to each other, and it's already an 8 hour flight, but you're adding more hours, like another 2 hours that we're just sitting and not even moving, which is going to make the flight seem a lot longer. Everybody was just sitting there and getting restless and then asking the airport people, okay, when are we leaving? Things like that. And they're like, yeah, we're going to leave soon. We're going to leave soon. And that's when I realized that most people, right, were just like waiting for someone to give us a command to tell us what's going on. But a lot of these people that we're waiting for to give us a command, sometimes they're not going to tell you the truth. They're not going to be upfront with you. They're going to give you a soft truth. So you are not so angry. So you don't come to they're not going to give you the hard truth right up front because they know that most people cannot handle it. Most people are going to freak out or complain or just be emotional about it. So what a lot of people do is a lot of leaders do is they give you the soft truth first. They don't want to tell you the whole truth up front because you will not be able to handle it. The masses won't be able to handle such raw information all at once. They need to be soothed into the information. They need to be guided into the information in order to accept it. And that's what happened with this airplane, right? They didn't tell us that we were going to be delayed 2 to 3 hours. They just told us, yeah, we're leaving soon. Just board the flight. We have a half an hour delay. And after half an hour, they told us, oh, we have another half an hour delay. And then after that, they said, oh, we have another 45 minutes delay. And then they said, okay, we're leaving. And then they spent the next hour just running the plane around the ramp, but not actually taking off. All right. So they were soothing people into the reality bit by bit instead of just telling them all at once that, hey, we're not actually going to be in the air for the next 3 hours. Like your flight is actually delayed 3 hours from departure time. And this just goes to show that most people, A, cannot accept the whole truth all at once. B, they're just looking for someone to give them direction, to take the lead so they don't have to think for themselves. They don't have to decide what to do for themselves. And this is where the thorough man comes in because a thorough man doesn't just wait for people to give him orders and decisions. He doesn't just wait for the soft truth to come out little by little. He can accept the truth at once. He can make his own decisions. Now, he also respects authority, so we're not going to go against an authority that might have more information that we do at that specific moment, right? We can yield to that, but a lot of times he's going to in life have to make a decision. He's going to have to pick a road and pick a path that he wants to go and not be so apprehensive about it, not double think himself and think, okay, is this the right path? Is this the right path? Because what happens is when you do that, you just get stuck in a loop. You're just in a loop of deciding, okay, this option wasn't good, so I'm going to try this option, so I'm going to try this option, but I should try this, should I try this? And you end up trying nothing. You end up doing nothing. You're just in this constant loop of going through things and you're waiting for someone to come and save the day for you. You're waiting for another person to tell you where to go. But even if that person tells you where to go, you're going to want to hear another opinion of where to go, and so forth and so forth. And you're not going to end up picking a choice, making a choice. And a thorough man needs to realize that he needs to be decisive and make choices, even when he doesn't have all the information about a choice, because he's going to learn a lot of things. Because he's going to learn a lot of things after he makes a choice about that choice that he made, after he makes that choice. And what a lot of men nowadays I see are going through is they're just waiting for someone on the internet to tell them what to do. They're just waiting for some viral video or some viral content creator to tell them what to do so they can make a decision. But once they make that decision, then quickly they want to make another decision because they haven't seen that decision through. They haven't seen the results from that decision. So they hop from content creator, video idea to video idea, topic to topic, and they get stuck in this never ending loop where they haven't really done much. They're just kind of guessing and watching what to do. They're waiting, always waiting for someone to tell him what he should do. A lot of men don't want to hear, hey, it's bad for you. You might get cancer. You need to stop doing that. They just want to hear, okay, hey, it's kind of bad for you, but it'll take you a lot of years and babes to actually see bad effects on your body. So a couple is fine. And then after a couple of months, hey, you shouldn't do so much. Just a couple more months and then stop, okay? So they want this little soft truth by soft truth, but what happens is that delays when you get soft truth by soft truth, that actually delays your advancement, that delays your progress, right? And a thorough man doesn't want to delay anything. He realizes his time is valuable, that we're getting older. Our time and health is like a finite resource, and we cannot just wait and be indecisive and be people that want to hear soft truths. No, we need to be decisive and we want raw truths all the time about ourselves and about our choices in life. So, a lot of these people, so going back to the flight, a lot of the people were just waiting for someone to give them a decision on where we're going next. But that person that was giving us the decision was giving us soft truths. He didn't want to give us hard truths because he knew that most people cannot handle it. Most people, once they hear your flight is delayed 3 hours, are going to go in uproar. So they keep saying, okay, it's delayed half an hour. Then after that, it's delayed another half, another half, another half. So they ease you into the raw truth, but they don't give it to you all at once because the masses cannot handle it. All right. This goes into the denial of a lot of things that are happening across the world. People cannot handle all that information at once. So they're going to pick and choose what they want to believe at their own pace. But life doesn't work that way. You need to get all the information quick. You need to make a decision quick. The thorough man needs to move quick. He needs to be thorough in his decision making and in the truth that he's receiving and how he's analyzing the truth and what action he's taking from it. A thorough man needs to be thorough in his dealings, not hesitant and slow. We're in 2026. We're approaching February. Just realize this, guys. We're approaching February in 2026, in the year 2026. How much time do you really think you have? I don't care if you're 21 listening to this. Your days go by quick because you're online, you're on social media, consuming in a portal of content, and you realize, hey, the days are going by quick. The months go by quick, the years go by quick, and you haven't made any big decisions. So the older I get, the more I realize I need quick decisions, I need quick process thinking, and I need the truth fast. There is no time. There is no, we'll see what happens. We have a lot of time. No, we are limited. If you saw my last video, I spoke about this. We're limited in our health and in the time we have.